All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a very specific type of co-founder today, the kind they definitely don't teach you about in business school, but who might just be the secret ingredient, that little bit of spice your startup desperately needs. They can be a little chaotic, totally unconventional, but maybe, just maybe, absolutely essential. So just for a second, what do you think? When I say a great founder, what's the first image that pops into your head? Is it someone with a perfectly laminated 5-year plan? Someone who's got all their ducks in a row all the time? Yeah, because the textbook answer, the B school ideal, is all about structure, planning, and this relentless finishing power. They tell you to guard your strategy like it's a state secret. But today, we're flipping that script. We're looking at the spicy answer: creative chaos, incredible starting power, and something you could call radical generosity. Look, the best way to really get what I'm talking about is to tell you a story. And it all starts not with a grand vision or a pitch deck, but with a totally unplanned experiment by a co-founder named Aishwari. I mean, it's almost laughably simple. Long before his company, K-Connect, was even a thing, he just made a course. He put it up on Udemy, didn't create a brand around it, and then he just walked away. No launch party, no ad spend, nothing. So for the first month or two, crickets. It was just out there, floating in the digital universe. But then, somewhere around month 3, boom, the thing starts making money, all by itself. No push, no promotion, just organic traction. And this, right here, this is the key. Its success wasn't built on some slick marketing campaign. It was built on pure, raw value that was just doing its quiet magic in the background. It's such a powerful reminder that if you make something genuinely good, it can find its own way. But here's the thing that really bugged him. This accidental success brought up a really frustrating question. He'd built this for his own people, for students in India like him. But his audience? Mostly from the US and Europe. And that single frustration, that became the little seed that would eventually grow into his real venture, Course Connect. And that whole experience, it's the perfect setup for the first major trait of this co-founder type. See, Aishwari is what you'd call a fire starter, and that's a role that comes with some serious power, but also a serious dilemma. So, what exactly is a fire starter? Well, think of it like this. It's that person who is just amazing at getting things going. They can see a tiny spark of an idea, and with this incredible burst of energy and vision, they can turn it into a roaring fire. They are masters of the blank canvas. Here's the catch, though, and it's a big one. A fire can't just burn on its own forever. A fire starter can bring a big idea to life, but for that idea to actually survive and grow, it needs a finisher. Someone to bring the structure, to tend the flames, and to see the whole thing through to the end. And this is where you have to completely reframe how you think about success. For a fire starter, not seeing a project through to the very end isn't a failure. Not at all. Maybe their most important, most critical role was simply to begin it, to start something so compelling that someone else had to finish it. Okay, so if being a fire starter is the what, the next part is the how. And honestly, from the outside, it looks like total, utter mayhem. But if you look closer, there's a kind of magic inside the chaos. I absolutely love this quote because it just paints the perfect picture, doesn't it? His creative process isn't a neat, straight line. It's a mess. If you ask him for a file, you'd better be prepared to wait a bit while he sifts through a digital mountain of old drafts and half-baked ideas. And these bonus facts, they tell you everything you need to know. He's the guy who starts 7 projects at the same time and maybe gets 2.5 of them done. He cannot follow a rigid structure to save his life. But, and this is the genius part, in the middle of all that chaos, he'll just invent a better, more elegant structure out of thin air. So you see, the chaos isn't a bug, it's a feature. He basically functions like a human AI prompt. You just talk to him, you get caught up in his whirlwind of ideas, and suddenly it sparks these completely new, unexpected, and wild ideas in your own head. His value isn't just in what he makes, but in what he inspires others to make. Okay, so we've got the fire starter and the creative chaos, but this last piece of the puzzle, it's different. It's deeper than a skill or a strategy. It's an instinct. It's this uncontrollable, compulsive need to teach and to share what you know. This story just says it all. I mean, think about it. He was competing with his friend for the exact same job, but he still spent his time and energy helping his friend prepare. In the end, the friend got the job and he didn't. And for him, that wasn't a loss. It proves that for him, sharing what he knows is never, ever about competition. It really is a compulsion. You see it in the little things. You know how someone says, hey, let's hop on a quick 15-minute call? Yeah, with him, that never happens. That quick call is always going to be 45 minutes. And why? It's because he's not finished until he's absolutely certain that you've got it, until he's downloaded every last bit of information he has on that topic into your brain. So what do we do with all this? How can we apply it? Let's try to boil it all down into a kind of playbook. Let's call it the Aishwarya School of Startup Mayhem. Okay, ready? Here are the rules. Step 1, learn to embrace a little chaos, because standing still is the real killer. Step 2, redefine what success looks like for you. Your job might be to start the party, not clean it up. Step 3, share what you know. Give it away freely. True generosity makes you so much bigger than your competition. And finally, step 4, and this is a big one. When you're looking for a partner, don't look for a clone of yourself. Look for your opposite. Seek alignment, not similarity. So the next time you're putting a team together, don't just look at the polished resumes. Look for the fire starter. They're easy to spot. They're the one with 5 different browser windows open, a half-finished prototype they're dying to show you, and a heart just full of wild ideas and metaphors. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful truth. A fire starter's value isn't measured by what they finish. It's measured by the incredible things they start. Things that are so good, so important, that they are absolutely worth finishing. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. In your company, in your team, on your project, who's the one who starts the fire? And if you look around and you can't immediately point to someone, well, maybe it's time to go find them.